Hey, I'm Adam with Big Wang Boys. Because we don't have enough projects. Yeah. I picked up this shitbox RM85. It's 2002. Which I believe is the first year they made the RM85. Before it was just the RM80. But we got a pretty good deal on this thing. So, it was 600 bucks. And allegedly, it has a Wiseco 105cc big bore in it.
Allegedly. 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 Allegedly.
We'll see about that. There's a lot of questionable things about it, but it does have a lot of good things, like it's got a V-Force 3 reeds, it's got a full FMF exhaust with a Gold Series expansion chamber, and a really old, not really old, not as old as me, an FMF titanium too. Kid I bought it from wanted to take it for a test drive for some reason the week before I went and picked it up. And he said somebody must have looped it the other day. Really, bro? Anyways, there's a lot of things about it that aren't so good. For one, the Kickstarter just spins free, and it slides in and out. My guess is a broken tension spring or no tension spring, and then no return spring. And then the water pump doesn't work. He didn't say why the water pump doesn't work. I don't know how a water pump doesn't work, if it just doesn't have any fins on the impeller or what, but there's a lot of things he didn't mention, like the stripped teeth on the shifter, the stretched out clutch cable, the dented and clogged up radiator, chain and sprockets are toast. Neither of these springs work, and I know it's not a big deal, but on this side, there's a snapped off screw that holds the plastics and the muffler on. Even though it's not a big deal, I can just drill it out and put a new one in. It makes me worry about what's on the inside of this engine. A snapped off bolt inside of here would really suck. Along with that, fork seals are blown, but they seem to hold up my weight right now, so I'll let it slide. Just for now. But the first step to getting this thing working is getting this engine fixed, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just tear it out. Tear it out and have a good slate. Maybe I can paint up the frame and do whatever I want. I don't know. Take the engine out. Alright, we got the engine out. Probably only took us about 45 minutes. So that wasn't too bad, but we've seen a lot of things on the way. Even more things bad with it. I mean, like, this shock here, right there, hand loose. Swing arm bolt, hand loose. Bottom engine mount, hand loose. I mean, I don't know if this guy tightened anything, but this kid, I mean, he didn't know a spark plug from the muffler. It's ridiculous. But it's in good hands now. We're just gonna tidy things up here, get this spring arm put back on so they can roll around while we're tearing this engine apart. It does look like somebody cracked this case in half. Hopefully it was them, and hopefully it... Ugh. Hopefully the kid's dad did everything inside the engine, and this was his work, because I'm scared to open this thing up. But let's get this tidied up and get Alright, we got the swing arm back on so we can roll around the shop. We're gonna go ahead and tear this engine down now. It'll just be a second for you, but who knows how long it's gonna be for us. Adios. Alright, so it's the next day. We got this on the workbench. We have a few things to address, such as this doing a whole lot of nothing. There's gonna be some issues getting this thing apart. This clamp here is all stretched out, but we're just gonna hope for the best when we tear this apart. We'll put on time lapse for you guys to watch. Alright, so wasn't too happy with what we found. First of all, the Kickstarter, sharp. Before it goes in here, a lot of JB Weld here. There's actually on the other side, a nice big quarter-sized hole in one of these halves. And that was their solution. I guess dumbass didn't care to tell me. Aside from that, the water pump just looks like it's missing the impeller and has a blown seal, which caused this beautiful milky mess. But other than that, the clutches look good. I don't know if that's normal. What do I know about anything? I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't even a big bore in this thing at this point. I'd like to go to his house and pimp slap him upside the head personally, but that's assault. So I don't know what we're gonna do from here, but probably a lot of research. So stay tuned. You know, not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's pretty, it has a pretty clean, yeah, that's definitely a new crank. So, he gets a cookie for that. But everything else, he was burning hell for it. I'm pretty sure this is about as far as I'm gonna have to tear the engine down. All the work I need to do is to the head, the jugs, and figure this out. I don't know if this actually is a lever and has to move. I don't think it does. I think all I really need is that spacer back there, spring, and this spring is not supposed to go here. Everyone knows this spring goes back here, but for some reason it wasn't. Okay. But I'll make a list, get some parts ordered, and in the next video, we'll be trying to get this thing running again. We'll see how many months that takes me. Because I'm a bit of a stickler for OEM parts. OEM clutch basket. Nice. Alright. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully this thing isn't too clapped. It's pretty clapped, but thanks for watching. Subscribe.